what's up? Otaku Mike here. Let's talk about Daredevil issue number 2. Warning, there will be spoilers. Our story actually, surprisingly enough, starts out with Matt Murdock trying to wake up Foggy Nelson in the middle of the night by calling him. And Foggy's like, what do you want, Matt? Are you in trouble? What's going on? And Matt's like, whoa. I just need you to come in and, take care of my classes and whatnot. I'm not able to make it to my classes. And Foggy's like, look, Matt, I've helped you out thousands of times. I can't really do this right now. I'm in Miami. If this is about your nighttime job, why don't you actually call Luke Cage or Jessica Jones? They might actually be able to help you out. I can't do it right now. It's like, he is absolutely right. Foggy has done more for me than any friend actually should. Except for last night. Apparently, Matt definitely miscalculated, misjudged the situation. He let somebody get the best of him and get the drop on him. And he's trying to figure out what exactly he needs to do because he's kind of like off his game at this point. Somebody basically told him he had visions of him dying. And how does he actually really deal with that? Well, Matt has a little prophecy himself. And his prophecy is he is actually going to go find the man in the mask and not let this prophecy happen. How is he going to do that? By going to see the owl. Daredevil actually ends up busting into the owl's headquarters, and the owl's like, whoa. I haven't done anything bad this week. Do not come after me. I am being good. And Daredevil is like, look, all I need is information at this moment. I need to know about this person running around in Hell's Kitchen with the cloak and cape. I need info right now. And the owl's like, I have no idea who you're talking about or what's going on. And Daredevil uses his little super senses and he's like, you are lying. I can hear your heartbeat going off. You are lying. He's like, okay. I don't know everything at this moment, but I do know there is somebody with a white mask and black stripes running around. I thought he was one of you guys. And Daredevil's like, what are you talking about? One of us? The capes and tights kind of heroes. He was running around with going after this drug dealer or whatever. And Daredevil gets the information that he needs and just vanishes. So apparently Matt's able to make it to his classes after all, and he starts talking to his students. He's like, last time we were here, we started talking about what makes a valid contract. Well, let's work backwards and what actually makes an invalid contract. And one of the students pipes up and is like, if you're intoxicated, mentally unstable, stuff like that. And he's like, correct. That is actually misrepresentation. And one of the students is like, oh, so what if it was Mr. Fantastic and Reed Richards signing a contract? And he's like, no, that's different. That would actually be noted down that there are two different identities. And one student was like, hey, what if it was Spider-Man making a contract? Would you be making a contract with Spider-Man or the person under the mask? And it kind of hits a switch in Matt's brain, and Matt starts to think about this, and he's like, oh my God. No, there's an emergency. I have to actually. Matt actually ends up rushing out of the classroom. And he's like, oh my God, the man was talking about me, not Daredevil, even though they are kind of both one and the same. And he's like, oh my God, everybody I know, even my students are in peril. I gotta figure this out. And he kind of rushes out and goes into the city. And we see him talking, and he's like, I can't trust my senses. I can't trust anybody. I don't know what I can actually trust. And he's trying to figure this out. He has a sensory overload, and he almost he does walk into a moving truck, and he almost gets hit by the truck, but he is saved by Spider-Man himself. All right, so let's take a look at the internal artwork for this particular issue right here. Here's your creative team right there. But this issue, just like issue number 1, it really does hit it out of the park art-wise, I have to say. More with the Daredevil aspect of this issue than anything else, honestly, in it. That's where it seems like the artwork truly shines, is when we get Daredevil in his suit and all the action and stuff. I like how they show the how Daredevil uses his senses and stuff to see and recognize stuff. That's probably the highlight of this particular issue right here. When we get to the more of the talking head stuff, it is okay. It is what it is. We do get like a lot of gritty stuff in this particular issue when it comes to like all the detectives and whatnot. But we get some more lighthearted stuff too, art wise. I feel like when we get to more of Matt in his like class professor setting that he has going on here, like it does work very well. We get a lot of um, different types of art. I feel like are being played with in mediums in this issue and depicting like what's actually going on in this story. So what exactly I think of Daredevil issue number 2? Well, I did enjoy this issue for the most part. It's still building upon what we got in the story elements from issue number 1. I think it's moving in a very good organic way, I have to say, with Matt trying to figure out what's actually going on with Omen and what he wants, what Omen wants with Matt or Daredevil, and where that's actually going to go. I like this part of the story where he was actually trying to figure out and put the puzzle pieces together. That was probably the best part of this issue, seeing him and track down the owl and figure that out and stuff. Like all those beats worked very well and seemed to like make the story flow very well. Where I feel like this issue and kind of subsequently the last issue for the most part, which I didn't touch on it in my overview talking about this particular issue of Daredevil, is the little side story with the detectives figuring out what's going on with the dead bodies. Now, all of that is actually connected to each other. It's just I find that element of this story to be very, very boring. I kind of sort of like check out when I'm reading those parts of this story. Those characters aren't very interesting to me. Where this story really works out is all of the Daredevil parts and all the Matt Murdock parts. Those parts are like the cream of the crop and make this story shine in some fun ways, especially when Matt's trying to deal with all of his students. I really like that part as well. I'm curious to see where this is going to go, especially when you're throwing Spider-Man into the mix at the end of this issue, which I'm always fun. It's always fun to see Spider-Man show up with Daredevil. I think they make a fun little team up, and hopefully he can add some humor and levity to Matt Murdock's situation at this time. But I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of Daredevil issue number 2. I'm gonna talk to you, Mike. Peace out. Stay safe. Go read some comic books.